Hello students. So we are here to address a very big problem that the students face right after the JEE Mains and the advanced examination, and the problem is to make their own choice list. Okay, the order in which you want the colleges and the order of the branches that you want. But the main question that students face is, what do they want? Which college should they prefer? Which branch should they prefer? And depending upon what rank they are going to get, what is the choice list that they should fill at the time of counseling. So we are here to throw some light on that. So myself Vikas Agarwal, and this is
I'm Suren Jain.
Suren sir. So we will be taking you through certain very useful information that you can learn, and then you can use that for your counseling choice list. So we'll begin. Okay, so what is our aim here? What is our aim here? Our aim is to give you enough input, enough relevant input that can help you to prepare your choice list, that can help you to decide the college versus branch matrix that you should fill in the counseling. So that is our aim here, and we'll see how we can do that. So to help bring clarity to what you are going to do, what we are going to do, we will ask you to fill this table. Okay, so there's a tool that we can say that we have developed, and it is like something that can help bring clarity to what you are going to do, because this counseling business is a very, very important business. It is going to shape the careers, your careers. So one thing that I would like to tell here is that you should be open to spend time on this activity. This is something that will require a lot of time. It will not be done in few hours or in a single sitting or some discussion with your friends. No, it will require at least 3 to 4 days of research and multiple sittings. What do you say, Suren sir? Like at our time of counseling, we have to actually spend a lot of time.
Yes.
Because at that time, the information was not available in digital format. We used to get a counseling brochure in which all the information was written, and we had to use that information in our notebooks. We have to prepare our short lists, and we have to discuss with our friends. At that time, the internet was not so much available, or we were not using the internet to the extent that we are doing it right now. So that was a very burdensome task for us, and we spent quite a lot of time in deciding that.
Yeah.
So
I remember time between when result was declared and when counseling was started, my entire time was going into preparation of counseling only, and that is actually needed, because if you take good decision, then I think it can change your career. So that's very important that you give sufficient time to this activity. Yeah.
All right. So keep this in mind, students, that you have to spend ample amount of time. It is like a mini course that you have to learn. Like you have been learning physics, chemistry, math for the past 2 years, or maybe even more than that. Now it is a mini course that you have to come. So there are again chapters in this course, and you have to make yourselves comfortable with each and every chapter. So what is this tool all about? I'll summarize it here. We'll fill it towards the end also. So what we are going to do, we are going to divide all the IITs that are there. As of now, there are 23 IITs. So instead of saying that I'm going to rank all the 23 IITs, because that may not be very relevant, what we are going to do, we are going to make tiers. Like tier 1 IIT may have several IITs in it, 2 or 3 IITs maybe. Tier 2 IITs may have 2 or 3 IITs. So the premise here is that if you get any IIT that belongs to tier 1, okay, then you are free to choose from them. Like point is that instead of saying that IIT X is definitely better than IIT Y, what we are saying that maybe X and Y, they belong to the same level. And if you are getting something in X, well and good. If you are getting something in Y, well and good. They are equally good. Okay, so this is what the premise is, that instead of going with hard ranking, okay, we will go with tiers. And if you are getting anything in tier 1 and if you are getting anything in tier 2, you should prefer tier 1. Tier 1, the college belonging to tier 1 would be better than the college belonging to tier 2. So like this is how we are going to divide the 23 IITs into 7 tiers. The same thing we are going to do with NITs also. The same way what we are going to do, we are going to assign tiers to branches also. Like there are many branches taught in different colleges. So we classify them as tier 1 branches. So these would be the most sought after branches. Then tier 2, the next ones. Like then tier 3, then next one. So we will divide the colleges into tiers, we will divide the branches into tiers, and then we see what we are going to get based on our rank. And if you fill this matrix, for example, what would be the choice for every student? Like I want tier 1 IIT and tier 1 branch. That is my first choice. So I will write a 1 here in this matrix, that this is what I want. First choice is this. Now my next choice could be based on 2 criteria. Like I may say that no, I want to study a tier 1 branch and I'm ready to compromise with the college. Okay, like if I don't get tier 1 branch in tier 1 IIT, I would go for tier 1 branch in tier 2 IIT. Okay, that would be one way of thinking. So when you are moving vertically downwards, you are basically maintaining your branch, but you are moving down the colleges, the ranking of the colleges. But there could be another school of thought. There would be some people who would say that no, I want to study in tier 1 IIT only. Okay, if I don't get tier 1 branch, I'm happy with the tier 2 branch. If I don't get tier 2 branch, I'm happy with the tier 3 branch. Okay, so moving horizontally in this table would mean that you are preferring to compromise your branch before you start compromising on the grade of your college. So horizontal movement would mean something, vertical movement would mean something, depending upon what you want from yourself. How do you see yourself after 5-6 years down the line? You can then decide how should you move. This is a crude example of what will happen when you move horizontally and vertically. So the first thing, what all colleges are participating this year in counseling. So overall 110 colleges are participating, and those 110 colleges are 23 IITs, then 31 NITs. IT is Indian Institute of Technology, I'm pretty sure you are well aware of that. Then National Institute of Technologies, then 26 IIITs, one special college which we call as IIEST, the full form is Indian Institute of Engineering, Science and Technology, and it is rated as, it is considered equal to the NITs, but formally it has not got the status of NIT. Like, it is not named as National Institute of Technology, but it is equivalent to NITs only. And then we have GFTIs. These are government funded technical institutions. So there are a bunch of colleges with central government funds, and these are the list of those colleges, and show you the list also. So these are the 110. If you add them all, so they will become 110. So these are the 110 colleges which are involved in the counseling this year. Okay, so I'll be dealing with these 110 colleges, and if you want to know about these colleges, so guys, this page on Wikipedia, it contains all the information. So you can come here. In fact, so this is the entire list of the colleges, the 23 IITs, and some relevant information is present here. You can explore this information on your own. When was the college founded? Then there were some colleges which were founded earlier with a different name, with a different status, and later they were granted the status of IITs. Okay, like one such example would be IIT BHU. So it was opened in 1990, way back, century old college now. Okay, but it was granted the status of IIT in the year 2012 only. Okay, so the college may be old, but it may not be an old IIT. Okay, so from here you can check the colleges if you want, the year of when it was founded, the year it was declared as IIT, the state in which it lies, and the number of seats available. And in fact, it's a very useful tool. You can arrange it in whichever order you want. Like, for example, I want to know the order in which these colleges were declared as IIT, so I can do that here. This tool is allowing me to check that the most recent IITs would be ISM Dhanbad, then Bhilai, Dharwad, Jammu. These are the recent ones, and the oldest one would be the IIT Kharagpur, opened in 1951, and right from there it was declared as IIT. So this is one thing. Same way, if you want to explore information regarding the NITs, again, you can visit this page on Wikipedia, which again contains similar information, and you can check the college name, the year it was founded, the year it was declared as NIT. Same information is present here. So you can visit these pages. The information is pretty reliable here. Again, same thing could be done with the IIITs also. These are the recent colleges. Many of them are very recent. Again, the whole list is present here, and if you check the year of establishment, you will find that most of them are very, very recent. I'll get out from the frame, you can have a note. So most of them are very, very recent colleges. Alright, regarding the GFTIs, the list present on Wikipedia right now, it's not updated. I think there were about 24 or 25 colleges listed there. So what I did, I presented the entire list of GFTIs in this presentation. I'll put them on the screen, I'll get out of the frame, so that if you want, you can have you can note them down, or you can take screenshots if you want. So I'll just present all the GFTIs. So these are the colleges that we call as GFTIs. So some of them, then the list present here, it is in alphabetical order. So do not consider that whichever college is higher in this list, that is higher in ranking also. No, not right now. I'll present the ranking and the basis of on which I have ranked these colleges a little bit later on. Okay, so right now I'm just presenting the names of the GFTIs. So yeah. So sir, anything you would like to add?
This is complete list of GFTIs.
Okay, all right, sir. So let's move now. Sir, the most important question. Suren sir, I would like you to address this question. we are laying so much emphasis on the student, why the student should spend few days, several days on preparing the choice list. Why? I mean, what's the importance?
I think we can summarize this question through one of my doubt which I'll ask you, that suppose I make a list of some 10 colleges with branches, say 1 to 10,
yes.
Okay, and my rank is sufficient enough to get college or branch at number 7. Okay, now I have filled that list not with proper research, and later on I realized that 7 was not good for me. I wanted to get 8 number. Okay, and in my preferred list 1 to 7, my rank was that I got 7. Now is it possible that I can get 8 also?
Okay.
So that is one question
Okay.
I want to know.
Sir, I will rephrase your question. Tell me whether I have understood your question correctly or not. So what you are suggesting is that I make a choice list. Let's say I have n number of choice in that. Let's consider n equal to 50 for now. Okay, I made the list and I entered into the JOSA portal, the counseling portal. I logged it. Now, once the result of round 1 were declared, in round 1, let's say I got 12th number choice.
12th number choice.
Let's say I got 12th number of choice. But at that moment, I noticed that what I have got, okay, is not what I was preferring. I noticed that the 13th number choice, or maybe the 14th, or maybe any choice lower than that, is something that I could have got based on my rank. I could have got that. I know this now because my friend got that. But by whatever means I know that, but I could have got a lower branch, but I got the 12th number branch. Now I want to tell the IIT that, see, this 12th one is a very sought after branch. The one that is lower than that in my choice list is not so sought after branch. I want to switch. I want to take a less popular branch. So anybody would be willing to do the exchange with me. If I want to exchange my seat with anyone, I want to give up my 12th number choice. I want to get my 17th number choice. Okay, so IIT should not have any objection because I am going for the less preferred branch. So anyone in that branch can be given the option of exchanging the seat with me. So is this your question?
Like my rank is supposed to 2500. My 12th position was closed at, let us say, 2500, and this 14th position was filled at 3000 position.
Okay.
And I am happy to go to that 14th position even if my rank is 2500. So that is my question, is because I later on realized from some other people, some other sources, that 14th branch could be better for me because of my interest or my personality, whatever it is. So that is one thing that I want to know.
Okay, so the answer is that once you get 12th branch, like 12th row, let's say, okay, there is no way by which you can get your 13th number choice or 14th number or 15th number or any lower choice for that matter. Like once in round 1, let's say you have got a 12th number row, you were allotted some row. Okay, that very moment, everything that was present in your choice list below what you have got becomes null and void for you. You can never get that. Like you'll have to appear for the IIT again, like but if you're not a dropper. So
later later round of counseling, is it possible I can upgrade from 12 to 11, 9?
Yes,
like that?
Upgrade is a possibility. Again, not a surety. It's a possibility that you got your 12th number choice. You have something in 11th number. Obviously, you did not get 11th number choice in your first round. So in later rounds, it may happen that you can get 11th number choice, but 13th number or anything lower than, it's impossible to get, because so it becomes very, very important that you fill the right choice. Like if you want some branch more as compared to some other branch, that some other branch should be lower your choice list.
So you mean to say that my preference list should be well researched?
Well researched.
So any other thought that is going to come later,
yes,
I think I should take care of that in advance so that I should not regret later.
Yes, yes. So we have seen such examples with our previous students, where students, after getting some branches, some colleges, they come and they tell that, sir, we wanted the lower one. What can I do now? And the answer is nothing. You can do nothing now.
You can only hope for the best, that you get upgraded to next list, maybe 11, 10.
Yes.
If you get that thing.
Yes, if you're lucky enough, you may get it. Yeah. So the point here is that you have to be very sincere in preparing your choice list, because this is something that will shape your career. Okay, so do not take it lightly. You have been working hard for this opportunity. Do not screw it up.
Yeah.
Okay, by your casual attitude. So it's a very important step in your career.
I think I will add one thing here, sir, that at our time, I think the counseling used to be separate for IIT and NIT.
Yes.
So it was simple thing to plan for two different things.
Yes.
But now, because it is consisting of both the things in not both the things, actually 4 things.
Yes.
IIT, NIT, IIIT and GFTI.
Yeah.
So we have to take care of all 4 things.
Exactly.
That after which position I should switch from IIT to NIT,
Yes.
and from NIT to GFTI
Perfect.
or IIIT. So all these things need to be
Yes.
taken care of, and we have 110 colleges. So it's not a small task. So
Yes.
I think you should give as much time as you can
Yes.
give to this thing,
Yes.
so that later on you should not regret that I should have made my preference
Yes.
list something
Perfectly.
different. Yeah.
See, a man lives a life of no regret. And when I say man, I don't mean male, I mean humans. You should live a life of no regrets. So make sure that once you are entering this in the JOSA portal, you have researched everything, and any input that you receive from your friends or relatives, that will not change your decision. So whatever inputs are there to be received, receive them before finalizing your list. Okay, yeah, so basically this is the kind of list that you will have to ultimately, frame. This is just an example, a snapshot. So you will have to decide the college and the branch, and this is the order. Like, this is something that you will have to enter into the JOSA portal. Okay, now the thing is that we are saying here that we are presenting you with the order of the IITs, the NITs and the IIITs. But the question is, how do we make that order? Like, why should anyone, like, a student or anyone else should take my opinion on this? Like, I'm no authority on this subject. So how am I going to rank these colleges? So 2 things here. We have 2 things. One is the NIRF data. This is National Institute of Ranking Framework. So that's a government agencies that receives inputs from all the colleges, be it engineering colleges or be it any other colleges. So it receives input from all the colleges, and then it provides various kind of rankings. So the rankings for 2021 were released very recently. You may have come across the news also, you may have seen the list also. So that is one of the inputs that we have considered. And the other input that we have considered is the closing rank in the previous years. Like last year, which college branch combination closed at which rank, that we have considered. Now there is one thing here. So why are we considering closing ranks? Like let's say, let me take an example. Let's say mechanical in Kharagpur, let's say it opened up at around 1200 rank and it closed at around, let's say, 1800 rank. Again, these are just examples, may not be the correct values. So Kharagpur mechanical opened at 1200 and closed at 1800. Why are we considering the closing rank to be the criteria for ranking a branch? Why not the opening rank?
I think opening rank may depend on several criteria, like a student is residing near to that college only, or he or she has got special interest to that particular branch.
Okay.
So because of that, opening rank may be higher. Maybe it may start at 800 also, 1000 also. But closing rank is something because masses is going into that branch. Suppose 80 seats are there in that branch. So if mass students are going into that branch, so that closing rank will decide how popular or how students are ranking that particular branch college. That is something that I think is important. So closing rank play a very important role here.
Yeah, so what I understand is, let's say I am someone who has scored a very high rank in JEE Advanced. Let's say under 10 rank, I scored 7th rank. But I always wanted to study mechanical engineering. I had interest in that. So I could open a branch at a very high rank. Okay, but AIR 8, AIR 9 and so on, like assuming that I got AIR 7, they may not be interested in mechanical engineering. They may be interested in the other branches which are more sought after. So they will not go for mechanical engineering. So it will remain empty until the right people, like the people who could not get the higher branches, they start filling mechanical as their choice, or they start allotting. So ultimately, when does a branch closes, tells us that what was the rank range which could have got that branch. So closing rank forms a more reliable criteria rather than opening ranks.
Closing rank means it's a trend among masses, you can say.
Yes.
Opening can be a one person's choice actually.
Yes.
I remember when we were in college, there was a student, he was having special interest for chemistry. So even if his rank was very good, he got MSc chemistry in IIT Bombay, I remember.
Yes.
So but it will not be, it can open at higher rank, but it cannot close at that higher rank. So that is why closing rank I think is much important.
I'll brief about these data also. So NIRF, this is the website, this is a snapshot of the website. So when you go to this website, you see a column called ranking, you click on the ranking, so you get the list, engineering list and other kind of list. So from there we have obtained data, we have used. So how does this agency ranks the colleges? This agency invites inputs, so there is a particular form. Again, it's a snapshot, not the complete form, a part of it. Okay, so such forms are given to the colleges, and the colleges are asked to fill data in this form. This, after filling of data, the form comes back to the NIRF, and depending upon what the colleges have filled in this form, the colleges are ranked. Like every entry has been allotted a particular point by NIRF, and based on what total point the college scores, they are ranked. So it contains information like how many students are studying in the college, how many undergraduate students, postgraduate students, number of teachers college has, the number of branches, the number of projects, research projects that the college gets from the industry, the grant that the college gets from the government, and how many papers are published, how many students are going for higher studies, the average package that the students are getting. So there are a lot of criteria that are involved in ranking of these colleges. Okay, so the point here is that some of these criteria may not be very relevant for us. For example, how much grant a college gets from the government may not be very relevant for me to decide that whether should I go in that college or not. Okay, so these rankings are based on various parameters, some of which may not be very relevant to us. Okay, so that's one point that you should keep in mind. Okay, the other thing that we used for ranking was the closing rank. So this is the Joint Seat Allocation Authority, which we also call as JOSA in. So this portal is there. You can select your year, the year for which you want to see the data, the institute names, and the round number, the academic program. Okay, once you select this, you get a list such as this. Okay, so this data is available on the JOSA portal, and from here we copied the data. We saw the closing rank of college versus branch. For example, this tells me that Indian Institute of Technology Bhubaneswar, Civil Engineering 4-year course for the open category, All India category. Alright, for gender neutral, female. So there are multiple parameters. So these are the closing ranks. So based on, we collected data from this website, and then we cleansed the data. Like there was a lot of working to do, and we did that, and then we prepared a tool which will help you to prepare the list, and that tool is what you will see, where you'll get that tool. Okay, so we used these two datas, and then we prepared the ranking of the colleges. We specially focused on the closing rank. NIRF data may not tell the correct picture, or it may not tell the relevant picture, the one that we want to understand. I'll give you a small example here. So in NIRF ranking, the Malviya National Institute of Technology, that is NIT Jaipur, very good college, ranked 37, expectedly. It's a good college, it's a good rank. Okay, at the same time, Indian Institute of Technology Mandi, again NIT, a very good college, it was ranked at 41. Okay, now I do not contradict these rankings. Okay, what I want to just say is that some of you may have a definite preference of IIT over NIT. Okay, but if I go by these rankings in deciding that what I should fill in the choice list, I may end up filling the something that I don't want.
So I think NIRF is giving rank from 1 to 100, but it should not be sacrosanct for every student.
Yes.
Some student may prefer maybe IIT above NIT or vice versa also,
yes,
depending upon his or her choice.
Yes.
So that is why I think the closing rank is also one very important criteria we should consider before making decision that what will be my choice order.
Okay, so can we say it like this, that the order based on the closing rank gives us the popularity?
Yes.
Whereas the order based on NIRF gives us the overall picture of the college, like how good the college is when considered all the aspect.
Yeah.
Okay, and it will specially favor those colleges which have large number of branches with large number of faculty, and which receive, for example, I'll take the example of IIT BHU or maybe IIT Kharagpur for that matter. Large number of departments, huge intake, very good large number of placements. So they may get a slight benefit over the college which may have like less number of branches or less number of departments. So therefore this has to be a subjective call, that what we should prefer while filling our choice list.
It has been seen that students normally prefer a good city, like they want to go Bombay, Delhi, but if there is a college which is in remote area and it has got very good infrastructure, NIRF may rank it higher.
Yes.
But students at popular, that their demand can be something different.
Yes.
So this closing rank will reflect something else, and this NIRF may reflect something else.
Yes.
So these are two things, and we should understand before making a decision, because nothing is wrong or nothing is right.
Yes.
Because both things are, I think, correct. You have to understand the logic behind it.
Yes.
That why NIRF giving that ranking and why students are preferring that kind of branch or college combination.
Yes.
Yeah.
So sir, what are we preferring?
Let us see, sir.
Yeah.
Let
Okay.
us.
Process that we have followed to prepare the list. Okay. I'll explain the process.
Yeah.
I'll explain this process. I hope you will like that because we have done a good amount of research in this.
I think we have made very good research on this in this process. You will definitely like. Please see.
Okay, so I'll try to explain. Let's see. So this is CSC written here. So this is computer science basically. So what we did, we checked that computer science is present in which all IIT. It's present in all the IITs. And then what we did, I wrote Bombay here. Like Bombay is present first because computer science in Bombay it closed earlier than any other IIT. Like while there was still a seat available in Delhi, there were no seats available in Bombay. So Bombay closed first, then Delhi, then Madras, then Kanpur, then Kharagpur, then Roorkee. So this is the order in which computer science closed last year in these colleges. So we can say that the students who opted for computer science preferred Bombay the most. The second preference was Delhi, the third preference was Madras, and so on. So we prepared a list like this. This was done for CSC, then it was done for ECE, that is electronics. Okay, now here again there is a catch. Some of you may feel that something is wrong here. So in IIT Bombay, there is no department called electronics. I'm just making it clear here. Electronics and electrical, they are taught in the same department, which is electrical engineering. Okay, but wherever there is such a situation that a college has only one department, and in that department they teach electronics also and they teach electrical also, I've considered that as electronics because anyone who would want to study electronics at Bombay would select electrical in the choice list because the department is same. Okay, so there are some colleges where only single department exists for both the branches. In such cases, I have considered the department as electronics. And then there are some colleges, for example, Kharagpur, in which electronics is a separate department altogether, electrical is a separate department altogether. For them, I have considered them as separate. Okay, so here you see electronics. So again, Bombay was the most preferred for electronics, then Delhi, then Madras, and so on. So this is done for electronics. Okay, and this we did for all the branches that we can find. Like you can see the mathematics and computing. So why only 5 colleges in mathematics, 6 colleges in mathematics and computing? Because this branch is taught in only these 6 colleges. It is not present in other IITs. Then mechanical, okay, and likewise we did for many branches. Like this is electrical, engineering, physics, chemical. So once we did that, okay, once we did this for all the branches, next what we did, we checked that what all branches are present in majority of the IITs. And computer science, electronics and mechanical were those branches which were present in nearly all the IITs. Okay, so once we figured out that these 3 branches are present in all the IITs, then what we did, then we found out the mode rank. Like Bombay is capturing position 1 in all the 3. Okay, so mode rank tells you that this particular position was captured most number of time by which college. So Bombay was capturing it most number of times. So here we have the mode rank IIT Bombay. Then Delhi captured 2nd position for most number of times. Madras captured 3rd position for most number of times, and so on. Now what about this position? So in this, 3 different colleges captured this position. Like this is position number 14. This was captured by let's see, Patna in one instance, Ropar in another instance, and Dhanbad in. So no clear winner here. So for these cases you will see an NA. Okay, so this is mode rank. Then we obtained the mean rank, that what was the mean rank of IIT Bombay, what was the mean rank of Delhi, and so on. And based on these, then finally wherever there was a match, we had no problems. Where there was a conflict, we then took the mean rank. Okay, so after doing that, we have obtained this ranking of the IITs, and then we went for tiering. Okay, like then we said that okay, these 3 colleges, they are similar, like their closing ranks were also very similar. So we put them in tier 1. Okay, so these are tier 1 colleges. Then tier 2 would be Kanpur and Kharagpur. Tier 3 colleges would be Guwahati, Hyderabad, Varanasi. Tier 4 colleges would be Indore and Varanasi. They form in tier 4. Tier 5 would be Gandhinagar, Ropar, Bhubaneswar and Dhanbad, and so on. So this is the entire process that we did to form the tiers. Okay, I hope this process is clear to you. Like we saw the branches which are taught in majority of the colleges. We checked the closing ranks for these branches, and based on that we arranged the colleges in decreasing order of popularity, and based on that we have formed the tiers. And if I come back and I tell you the summary here for IITs, this is the entire summary. Now I'll get out of the frame so that you can check that. So in tier 1 we have Bombay, Delhi, Madras. In tier 2 we have Kanpur, Kharagpur. In tier 3 we have Roorkee, Guwahati, Hyderabad. In tier 4 we have Indore, Varanasi, and so on. I think you can now check this list. Now what does this mean? Like, okay, now tiering is done, well and good. Now what do I want to suggest when I say this tiering? See, if I know that what tier I am getting, okay, for example, it may just happen that I have a rank in which I cannot get tier 1, then why would I spend energy in arranging these 3 colleges? That which one is better from Bombay and Delhi? When I'm not getting these colleges, what's the point of spending time here? So generally what will happen, you will probably get a specific tier. You will be eligible for a specific tier and the tiers below that. But I'm pretty sure that you would not want to get a tier 5 college if you are getting a tier 4 college. If you are getting a tier 4 college with a good branch, why would you ever prefer tier 5 college? So the point is that instead of having the task of arranging all the 23 IITs, we have now narrowed it down to actually look for arranging your tier. Whatever tier you can get based on the rank, you just have to focus on those colleges. And within those colleges, you can have a preferred list. If you are getting anything from that preference, from that list, you need not worry about the lower tier. So this is what this tiering structure will do. This will bring clarity to your thought, and it will reduce the inputs. It will reduce the area where you have to focus. So that all the 23 IITs we have done the tiering for that. Okay. Now, is this a sacrosanct order? Well, I've told you the process by which this order has been made. If you agree with the process, you can accept this. If you think that there should have been some more inputs or something different should have been done, I'll provide you the tool to do that. You can do that and you can make your own order. You can consider this as a sample that I'm presenting before you, a sample of process also and the sample of the results also. Like after executing the process, the result that we get, I'm presenting that before you. You can consider this as a case study and you can do all this research on your own. Do I recommend that you should do that? Of course you should do that. Of course you should spend time in deciding your own career direction. So that is one thing. Sir, anything you would like to add to this?
I think this has made the process very simple actually, that instead of numbering IITs from 1 to 23, now we have only 7 tiers. So I don't have to, give that much of energy. I don't have to get confused between that. Should I choose Bombay or Delhi or Madras? It may depend upon you that which is nearby or whatever your preference is. But I think it has made things simple. You just have to think about 7 things instead of 23. So I think this has really very good way of looking at it.
And there's one more thing. Whatever more research you want to do, we'll be giving you a very useful tool for that in the form of a web page. And one thing that it will have is the distance factor. Like many times students have this in mind that I don't want to go to that far colleges. So our tool will provide you to shortlist or to have a look that every college is how far it is from your hometown also.
Sir, you're talking about some tools. So will you like to say something about that?
Yeah. Okay. What we are doing, like we are getting developed a web page, and in that web page it would be similar to the JOSA portal but with more enhanced features, more variables to choose, and that will help you to do your own research also, and that will give you clarity regarding exactly what you want. Okay, once that tool is ready, I'll present that tool before you. I'll tell you how to use that. We'll make a video elaborating how to make use of that also. In fact, we have done some research which I'm going to show in this video only using that tool, but that is not ready for deployment to masses right now. So I'll tell you the kind of research that we have done using that tool. So there's one point. Now, once that tiering thing was done, I then cross-checked with the NIRF ranking, and you will be surprised to see that, to find that all the colleges, all the tiers were properly matching with the NIRF ranking except of one college. ISM Dhanbad is ranked 11 in NIRF. But according to our tiering structure, it was getting a rank of around 14, but the tier was still the same. The 11th number college and the 14th number college, they belong to the same tier. Okay, so the tier wise still ISM Dhanbad is at the correct location, but just I'm trying to highlight something that the closing rank order may differ with the NIRF order. And what could be the possible difference, like why NIRF is ranking ISM higher and why this...
Maybe ISM Dhanbad is very old college having very good infrastructure, but because it is in some remote place, so that can be the reason why student didn't prefer, but NIRF is still giving a better rank
because of the infrastructure, and the age of the college.
Yeah.
The alumni network.
Yes.
Also, when we were checking that the year of declaring the IIT status, ISM was one of the recent
2016.
So ISM has been declared as IIT within past 5 years only. So that may be the reason for lack of popularity.
Yeah.
And why NIRF is getting devoting a higher rank to it. because of the infrastructure and because of the fact that it's actually a very old college.
Yeah.
So one more thing, the last 7 IITs that you see in the last IITs that you see in tier 7, they were not present in the NIRF ranking. So their order is based on closing rank only. Okay.
Okay, you are saying this last row,
yes,
it is not there in NIRF
ranking.
It is based on closing rank only.
Yes. Everything is based on closing rank, but
yeah,
we were able to confirm that from the NIRF data also, but this particular tier, it's not.
But
present.
if it is matching perfectly, it says that our process is perfectly in alignment with the
yes, there is some degree of coherence, we can say, in both the processes. Similar process was followed for NITs. Again, we did the same thing, exact same procedure we followed. Here we were able to find 4 branches in which all the NITs or maximum NITs were having those 4 branches. Those 4 branches were computer science, electronics, electrical and mechanical. So based on the closing ranks of these 4 branches, these NITs are divided into tiers. Here we have divided NITs into 6 tiers. Okay, so the tier 1 NIT would be Surathkal, Tirchi, Warangal. Tier 2 would be Calicut, Allahabad, Rourkela and so on. So this is the tiering for the NITs that we have done. So again, the 31 NITs that you have, they are now divided into 6 tiers. So instead of worrying about the ranking of the 31 colleges, you have to worry about these 6 tiers. Okay, as I said, these are the 4 branches. This one important point to understand here, NIT Delhi in NIRF data, it is ranked somewhere between 250 and 300. Okay, which may not be that good a rank when we check the closing rank order. So NIT Delhi is, you can say, a peculiarity. In closing rank, it falls among the popular colleges. Like it is considered, like I think it belongs to tier 5. Okay, can we go back and check the NIT Delhi belongs to tier 5?
Yeah.
Okay, but according to NIRF data, it should go further down. Okay, so but this is an peculiarity again. What could be the possible reason?
Maybe it is NCR, maybe national capital. So maybe the reason why students want to go there. That can be one of the reason. And also I think placement data will also be something that we should consider here. I think in NIT Delhi that is better as compared to other colleges.
Yes. Again, what I can recall, I may be wrong, but what I can recall, NIT Delhi has a campus area of 40 acres.
Yeah.
Now, NIRF considers all these factors.
Yeah.
A campus with larger infrastructure would be given a higher point. So maybe the NIT Delhi is losing out on those points because of...
Actually, this is something we were discussing in the beginning, that these things we should always consider, because ultimately what matters to you is how placement will be there, what will be the prospects for higher studies. So we have to consider all these things, not only the NIRF data, we should consider all these things. So this is one of the important point I think that we were saying in the beginning. So please take care of all such exceptional cases.
The same process followed for IIITs. Now IIITs have primarily branches such as computer science or artificial intelligence or information technology, and they are present with different names. Okay, so we combined them, we considered them as the same branch. Wherever, let's say, CSE was present, we considered CSE. If CSE is not present, then whatever closely related to CSE is present, that was considered as CSE, and the ranking was made. Alright, we now move to the order of the GFTIs, and this is the order of GFTIs. Again, we have prepared this order in a similar manner, but here we faced a few challenges. I will let you know about those. The first challenge was that we could not find any branch that was present in all the GFTIs or majority of the GFTIs. Particular reason for that is that some of the colleges are meant specifically for certain branches. Or for example, there is a college dedicated to carpet technology. Okay, now this college will not have a CS or an electronics branch. Okay, so there are other such colleges, and we have also School of Planning and Architecture present in this list. So we have kept that out from the list because admission to School of Planning and Architecture is based on the architecture paper that you give. So that may not reflect the correct position of those colleges. So we have kept those out. Okay, like anything related to architecture and design, that is not present in this list. Okay, so the first challenge was that we could not find the branch, and the second challenge was that the SPAs were also part of it, so we have kept them out. The third challenge was that the closing ranks for these colleges were so widely separated from each other that categorizing them into the same tier may not give the right idea. For example, the closing rank for Punjab Engineering College and BITS Mesra, they were so widely separated that putting them together will not do justice to the tiering mechanism. So for these particular GFTIs, instead of going for tiers, we are going for actual positions of these colleges on the basis of the closing ranks. Alright, now what was the mechanism we chose for these colleges? So whichever branch was present in these colleges, whichever branch closed first, we opted for the closing rank of that branch. Okay, so based on that we have arranged the list, and you can see, and I think it's a pretty good list, given that yes, PEC is one of the popular colleges, Punjab Engineering College, BITS Mesra is again a popular college, so IIEST, again this is a college that is comparable to NITs. So these colleges are the preferred ones among the students when they have to go to GFTI level. So I think this reflects a pretty good order of the branch. So
sir, I have two questions.
Yes.
That this list is of 27 colleges. You can see.
Yes.
And the total number of GFTI are 29.
Yes.
So these two which are kept out, they are maybe planning college.
Yes, I'll tell you. The thing that you pointed out, sir. So there are total of 29 GFTIs. Out of these, I have removed the 3 School of Planning and Architecture, Bhopal, Vijayawada and Delhi. There are 3 schools of planning and architecture. So we have removed them. So that should take the number to 26.
Yeah.
Why 27? IIEST.
Okay.
So we did not count IIEST as one of the GFTIs when I showed the previous list. So because of the presence of IIEST, the list is now having.
So
27.
these 27 colleges are having all standard branches like computer science, electrical.
No. Some of these colleges, for example, have a look at this Indian Institute of Carpet Technology. This will not have electronics or computer science in it. Okay.
So then, based on what we have, given the rank 26 to this college.
Yes. So it will have some departments in it. So whichever department closed first, I took the closing rank of that department. The premise was that ultimately the student who got that particular rank was choosing this college, was able to choose this college, and he got this college. So instead of going for the same department, for example, let's say this particular college has three branches. So out of these 3 branches, whichever branch closed first, I chose that branch, and the closing rank of that branch, so I considered that.
Okay, that means you have compared maybe food processing branch with the carpet technology branch.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. Okay.
But if food processing is closing higher than carpet technology, then I have considered this as the higher college.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So again, guys, something not universal but good enough to give you an order. Alright, so these are the list. I'll just get out of the frame so that you can have a...
Yeah, one more thing I just want
Yes,
to
sir.
say, want to ask you that there is no tiering. So I think it is like that they themselves are a tier 1, then tier 2. So like in IIT and NIT, there were 2-3 colleges that were clubbed in one tier. Here there is one college in one tier.
We can say
there is
that.
a gap of,
the gap is significant.
Gap is significant.
To put them in one tier, so we can say that here we have 27 tiers. We can say that each tier containing one college.
Okay, fine. Thank you. So this is first slide for GFTI. 10 colleges are there. Then 11 to 20. And then
So you can come in frame.
and then 21 to 27.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the complete list of GFTI as per their ranking of closing.
Yes.
Based on the closing ranks.
Yes. So this is the process that we have used for GFTI. I think I've already explained that SPAs were not present in the above list. Okay, so we can move to the next slide.
Okay.